Hello guys, this is my water pump and it didn't work anymore. It was sucking water, of course, but also with a lot of air, and that is not what it is supposed to do. It cannot make some compression, and that way it won't shut off. It will start, it will always continue pumping that way. So that is why we had to order a new non-return valve, and that's what this video is all about. Stay tuned. So here we have the old non-return valve, and it looks, of course, very dirty inside with a lot of rust and dirt. And on this side you can see around the white PVC valve, you can see the more or less black rubber that is completely flattened out. So here you can see it quite good. And of course that won't close like it should, so that air can come between the valve and the metal. So that is why we had to order a new non-return valve, and that's what you see here. That's the new one. And let's suppose that the rubber is like it should, and that it will work like a new valve should. So that is what we are trying to do, and we are going to assemble it on the suction pipe and on the pump. Stay tuned. So you can see this arrow here, and that is the way the water should go. So this side should go on the pipe, and the water should flow through the valve and go into the pump on this side here. So that is the way it has to be fixed on the pump. So here is the pump, and this is the pipe through where it sucks water from out of the ground from a depth of let's say between 4 and 8 meters. But this is the return valve that has to be put in between the pump and that pipe, and that return valve, that non-return valve doesn't work like it should. So that's why we bought a new one here, and we will try to repair the pump with the new non-return valve and see what it does. So I have some materials here. First of all, this piece of iron tube that has to go into the suction pipe here, and therefore the other side
The other side here with thread has to be thread inside the valve here. But therefore I have some tools. First of all, some grease and some horsehair. That's an old technique that is used in the building, and they used for central heating, and the horsehair has to be turned around the thread in this grease, and that could withstand some pressure and the pressure of water. So that's why we are going to do that. First of all, the grease around the thread. That's some sticky grease. And then we have to do the horsehair in that grease, in the thread, in the direction against the turning direction, so we won't tear out the hair. Now I take some hair, not too much, starting with a little bit, and we have to turn it that way, so the hair has to go in the other way. We have to use a little bit more, not too much. Like so. Especially in the beginning of the thread. Like so, and then a little bit more grease to hold it on place. A little bit more. So. Perhaps that's a little bit too much, but the excessive grease will come out by itself when we are turning it inside that valve. Let's turn it inside the thread of the valve. See? A little bit closer. And that's completely in. Like so. Now this side of the tube has to go into the pipe here, and therefore I have some very good silicone. Where did I put it? Okay, I will have to get it. So here I have it. It is a very powerful silicone that glues with very strong. So let's use that. I used it before. It is quite good. Do it without this here. Like so. And we are filming here and we are trying to do some good job. This has to go in the sucking pipe that sucks the water, and that has to glue very, very well. A little bit more. So, and now we have to try to get it inside the pipe. I will show you when it is inside. See? And now this has to come here. So let's try to do that. First, I have to do it like it was before. Yes, but I have to do some grease on this one too. And some hair. Otherwise, it won't, it could suck some hair like through the thread there. So here we are doing the same as we did on the other side of that valve, using some grease in the thread, like so, and then a bit of hair, horse hair, they use for that. Which direction? It goes so, so this has to go in this direction. Like so. A little bit more grease. Not too much. Like so. And then screw this thing on that place. So, and then this has to be screwed on that piece. So. I will show you the situation here. See the sticky gluing silicone in the pipe, the valve here with the grease and those hair, grease and hair on this side, this screwed there on, and this screwed on the valve. So now I'm going to do this a little bit stronger with some pliers, and then it should be ready. I have to let it dry before I have to use it. I'm going to use these pliers to fasten the screws. More. So this is very tight. Now I will have to throw some water in the pump here, and then we can try to use it. Normally I should wait for all these things to dry, but I just can't wait. I have to see it. So let's get some water in that thing. So let's throw some water in the pump to get it going. It takes a lot of water to fill it up. So that's full. Close it up. That's closed. So there still was a lot of air in the system, but now you see it got power and it shut off. Oh, it is leaking here. That's something I will have to look into. Okay, but apart from that leak, it is working really good. See, it is working fine.
But that leak, that's something I will have to look into. So the leak is fixed. I did screw it a little bit tighter, but by the looks of it, it is practically good enough. Not completely, but it is working fine for the moment. So at full pressure, the leak is fixed and it is working like a charm. I will show you. You see, the pressure works, it stops by itself, it doesn't leak anymore, and now we can use it to clean the cars again, and to spray the garden, and to wash some dirty things. So, thank you all for watching. Find us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. Please like it if you liked the video. Give it a hype, because I need it to go to 4,000 hours to get monetized. I don't get to the 4,000 hours. My hours diminish instead of going up, so that's a problem. But again, thank you for watching. Most of all, have a wonderful day. Find us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.